The way you explain the world shapes the way you live the world. That's important. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So still chapter 2, section 3. I was going through the examples of believing in the unseen within the sciences. So the second example I want to go through are electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves are one of these abstract physical notions that help make sense of the world. In particular, they are used to describe light and even radio waves. The human body is only sensitive to a certain range of electromagnetic waves, like the light you see, while the spectrum of light is theoretically infinite, like it goes from X-ray, deep UV, to visible, to infrared, to far infrared, and then you go into radio waves. The eye, for instance, only perceives a restricted color range between maybe 400, which is blue, up to 800 nanometers, which is red, which is called visible light. Another common type of light is infrared, which is produced, for example, by the sun or by your stove, incandescent bulbs and oven plates. Although the eye does not see this infrared light, one feels the heat it results in. Again, you can call it an indirect sensation. Why? Because the wave hits your eyes, then trigger the cone and the rods you have on the retinae, which send an action potential to your brain. Or for the heat, the waves hit your skin, start making your skin molecules vibrate a bit more. That's heat, and these will trigger an action potential, which will be sent all the way to the brain. So although the eye does not see this infrared light, one can feel the heat it results in. Other waves, like radio waves or microwaves, go through one's body without even being seen or felt. Maybe, okay, radio waves not, but microwaves you might. Because microwaves are tuned to excite water molecules. And you're made out of at least 60% of water. So you will start being excited, if not cooked. But radio waves, like the old television waves, because they are huge, they are a few meters, sometimes hundreds of meters long, the wavelength is long, it just goes through your body and you won't even notice it. But as long as the radio, satellite and mobile phone work, the existence of these waves is undisputed. You don't see the wave, you don't see the electromagnetic wave, but you just imagine as such. Like you don't see a sine wave going up and down across space, like through the air. You imagine. Interestingly, light can also be seen as a photon, which is a particle-like, well-defined amount of energy. So this dual nature of light shows that talking about electromagnetic wave is simply one way used to conceptualize light and its interaction with object. So again, to imagine electromagnetic light, what is electromagnetic light? It's a wave that has two components, one electric, one magnetic. They usually propagate at right angle. You have the electric field in one direction, the magnetic field in another direction, and they oscillate. They become positive, negative, negative. For the magnetic one, it will be like it becomes maybe south, north, south, north, south. It oscillates. But that oscillation across space is a mental image to make sense of what is happening. Similarly, if you want to see light as a particle, you do other experiment like the photoelectric effect, where you have a metal plate, you shine light onto it, it will kick out an electron. It's like if you have a solid ball hitting a wall and it kicks out pieces of the wall. That's a photon hitting a metal plate, kicking out electrons. That experiment proves that you can see light as a particle, as like an object that hits and has a consequence. So to see light as either a wave, an electromagnetic wave, or as a particle, a photon, are just mental representations of what it is. These are representations that helps you make sense of the world around you. So to use mental representations as such becomes important because it becomes real. It, it shapes the way you start seeing things around you. Like when I look at the table here, I don't just see a flat surface. I imagine within it molecules, atoms, interacting within each other. Even though I don't literally see them, I imagine them interacting, holding together to make the table sturdy. The way you explain the world shapes the way you live the world. That's important. That's what we call actually a paradigm. It's like it's a worldview. Your scientific theories shapes the way you see and you live through the world. It becomes a paradigm. It becomes lenses through which you see and you live the world. And you will see that religion is the same. Religion is like a theory. When you apply the theory, it becomes the way you see and you live the world. Inshallah. جزاك الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.